All right, hello, welcome to Karuna Reiki Level 2. My name is Alicia McNaughton, and this is the Mystical Institute of Healing Arts. And we're going to be working with Karuna Reiki. You will receive a download emailed to you when you purchase an attunement separate from this video. This is the booklet. Inside of the booklet, there are descriptions of how to draw the symbols and descriptions of what the symbols do. This is a booklet for levels 1, 2, and 3, so I give it to you all at once. And today we're going to be working with 4 symbols, which are the level 2 symbols, which is Shanti, which is Nosa, Kriya, and Iyaba. And I can show them to you, but they won't be able to connect with the Karuna Reiki until we give you the Karuna Reiki attunement, which again will be in the comments section, in the description section. And there'll be a link for you to set up an appointment with me, and we'll do a Zoom session one-on-one. If you have more than one person that you wanted to do the class with, if you had any friends that you wanted to take this with, we can set up a private Zoom class for you and whoever else you wanted to take it with. Okay, so we're going to start by calling in sacred space. So I invite you to get comfortable, take some nice, long, deep cleansing breaths. We're going to draw Chokure, 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 Chokure. 4 corners, ceiling and floor. Chokure, 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 Chokure. Ceiling, floor, walls, corners. Calling in the highest vibrational Reiki Master guides, Master Teacher guides for Karuna Reiki. We're going to call in Jesus. We're going to calling in Kuan Yin, Archangel Gabriel, Ascended Master Saint Germain, and Mother Mary, asking you to please fill up our space with Karuna Reiki Level 2 energy, only allowing in the energy that would be in the highest good of all concerned, what we most need at this time and what we're ready for. To please clear and raise the vibration in our space. And everybody just envision a nice, beautiful bubble of light all the way around you, dropping into your heart center, visualizing roots growing down from the soles of your feet, anchoring like a tail of light all the way down, and then wrap that root around and around the earth 3 times. Light a candle, burn some incense. Okay. What we're going to do in this class is we're going to discuss the energies, and then afterwards there's a shadow work meditation that will help you to identify some of the places where the energy of Karuna Reiki is dropping into your subconscious, into your unconscious belief systems, your unconscious patterns, some of your unconscious wounding, and places where you have stored energy. There's always a 21-day clearing process between attunements. It's good to wait at least 21 days in between them. And during that time, they call it a healing crisis or a healing process or a Herxheimer reaction. And it's when all of that stored energy that you've been pushing off, for later, so that you could suit up and show up and do all of your responsibilities, are starting to come in and say, hey, we want some attention and we're ready to heal. Well, what does healing look like? I want to ask you if you believe healing looks like acting better than you feel and just behaving differently and using affirmation statements to pull yourself up and out of a funk. If your answer is yes, what I'll tell you is that all of those things are wonderful for helping you to hold down a job, helping you to put out, to be good at a party, to be good on a first date, be good in a job interview. They're all really good success habits to learn how to leave your problems at home and not deal with them. But when you're doing energy work, it's the opposite of that. So we're actually creating a safe environment for you to feel your feelings and for you to have your memories actually come up. So Reiki has a way of bringing things up where that we're compacted and compartmentalized in our chakras. When energy stays compartmentalized and compacted, then our life force energy is not flowing and this becomes a blockage. When you give yourself Karuna Reiki, it starts to open those blockages and allows this energy to come up. So I want to ask you, does that feel good or does that feel challenging when that happens? So it obviously is challenging when that happens. Is that positive or negative when that happens? I'm going to say that a lot of people believe that it's negative, and a lot of people will say, oh my gosh, is this normal, after my Reiki session with you, or after my attunement process with you, or my reading with you, or whatever it was, my meditation class, I started feeling all this intense rage, or I started feeling all this intense fear, or sadness, and uncontrollable crying, or things like that. And is this normal? Is this normally what happens? I don't feel better. I'm having a hard time coping, things like that. So without understanding the healing process and knowing that the answer is yes, it's normal, and it is good for you to feel those feelings and to give yourself an opportunity to do that, oftentimes people would think that something was really wrong. So we want to educate ourselves first and go through it ourselves first, because you cannot transmit something that you haven't got. And then be able to, once we understand the process and understand that once we have felt our feelings, then we can see more clearly, then we can shift our patterns and our belief systems in a way that is more in alignment with our truest self and integrity. We become more aligned. Our higher self energy, our master teacher guides, our vitality, our life force energy starts to flow without that blockage, and we feel free. At this time, this is usually when the blockage that was creating pressure in the physical body, in the mental body, in the emotional body, and in the spiritual bodies of the aura, when the pressure comes out of that, what do you think happens to our mental health, our physical health, our emotional well-being, and our spiritual clarity? Does it get better or worse? It's better. So I'm going to ask you again, is it negative or is it positive when stuff comes up? It completely depends on your perception. If you have a lot of room and you don't have a lot of traumas, it might be okay for you to stuff some emotions down there for a year or two, or however long you need to pack that away. And it might be okay for you to suppress it with a couple of feel-good activities and different things that we do to help ourselves to feel good, right? But if you leave it down there for too long, eventually it's going to take more of that feel-good stuff to keep that down there. And that's when people start to have issues and they need to go in for treatment for different forms of addictions and you know, what they think is a mood problem. They think they're just moody, when really it's parts of you that haven't had a chance to express themselves for real things that have happened. So when you have something that happened, it feels good to be able to share it in a safe space and to be validated and to be heard. It's one of the steps towards, you know, owning our power, finding our inner voice, and opening who we really are. Having self-realization is to just share about what we're feeling inside with a safe person. So, you know, good things to do when you're in a healing crisis is to have a good support system. So some people enjoy support groups, some people enjoy spiritual groups, some people enjoy one-on-one sessions, and I'm here if you need any one-on-one sessions. We can pull some cards for you, I can bring through intuitive messages for you, I can listen to what's going on with you, and I can help remove the blockages and send Reiki to patch you back up. So as energy healers, that's what we're doing. So we're never really supposed to, you know, diagnose or prescribe, and this is meant to be complementary and supportive with Western medicine, not to replace it. But for some people, particularly light workers, earth angel types, may find that they're very receptive to this. People who have high sensitivity levels and find some of the methods that their doctor might be giving them, some of the medications might not agree with them, things like that, but this will in some cases. And for other cases, they might really have no issues going to Western medicine doctors, and that works really, really well for them. It just depends. But give it a try. You know, you're going to test the waters on your different clients and on yourself and on your different issues, and this is just another tool in your toolkit. So listening, validating, allowing yourself to admit certain things to yourself. Like, I don't really feel fulfilled in my job. I don't really feel very connected in my relationship right now. Or I'm lonely and I'd like to have a relationship. Or I know I have these spiritual gifts and I want to let them out. I want to talk about them more. I want to share them with more people. I'm ready to step up and self-actualize. You know, just admitting these things to ourselves and actually paying attention to the dreams that we're having, the messages in our dreams, writing them down in the morning in a dream journal, really starting to decode the many signs and signals that our spirit guides are bringing us on a daily basis. And if you don't feel like you're getting messages from your guides, ask them in your morning meditation or at night to show you some signs, or ask them to help you with your process, help you to feel your emotions. If you're somebody who can't feel their emotions or has learned really well how to block them out, ask them what some of these stuck energies are, what's blocking you from manifesting what it is that you want in your life. These are some different things that are all considered shadow work. But the main thing that people really mean when they talk about shadow work is how everything that's going on in your world is a reflection of what's going on inside of you in some way. And these are things that are being attracted into your reality to be your teachers and to be your mirrors. And the mirrors could be reflecting all kinds of things. There are parts of ourselves that we may be in denial about, that we may not think that we ever do those things. You know, I would never do that. For example, I hear myself saying that, and then when I started doing shadow work, I started to realize that maybe once upon a time there was a flavor of that same behavior that I was actually in fact doing. I just needed it to be reflected to me enough times for me to be able to finally take a look at my own, you know, responses, my own behaviors and interacting with the world, and starting to relate to some of these things. And the things that were the most infuriating are usually the ones that were underneath my skin for a reason. They were either underneath my skin because it was something about me that I hadn't figured out yet, that I was in denial about, and the universe was trying to show it to me until it's, you know, it was going to keep giving me this reaction of a pet peeve until I learned to take a look at myself and own it. And once I was able to own it, then I could understand it, and then I could have compassion. And Karuna is all about compassionate action. So when we're able to have compassion about certain very human, seemingly negative traits, that's a step towards healing it, okay? Another thing that it could be is it could be a reflection of something that has happened to you before. So sometimes it's a trigger to, hey, I didn't know how to deal with that the first time it came around, so the lesson is coming back around again. So I have another opportunity to act instead of react, and change the way that I show up in these situations in a way that's more in integrity, more assertive, healthy. Another thing is perhaps there is a belief system that's been limiting for you, and it's something that was taught to you growing up. It was something that was said to you over and over and over again. And you are wiser, you're older, you're stronger, you have had more experience now, and you're able to see it from a different lens. And now you might not believe that anymore. Now you believe something completely different. That's shadow work, shifting your belief systems and allowing yourself to admit, either quietly to yourself or aloud to another person, what you truly do believe, and finding your voice. This is all very healthy and it's all very positive. It's just not easy. So a lot of people tend to avoid it. All right, so this is what I want to share about shadow work. What we're going to do in the meditation is we're going to go within, we're going to listen to some sound. I'm going to do some light language activations. We're going to take some breaths, and you're actually going to go into your own journey, your own trance journey. We're going to call in sacred space. We're going to call in your guides. We're going to call in Reiki, and you're going to really start to listen to what you're seeing, what you're feeling, what you're hearing, what your gut says, what your mind says, what your emotions say, what does spirit say. And you're going to pay attention to how it's showing up for you. It might just be a really strong emotion at first. It might be memories that are popping up. And as this is happening, you can guide it. You can say, what is it about that I most need to know at this time, and how do I heal it? While sending Reiki to yourself. And you'd be surprised what comes up, you know, and you want to journal and write it down and get into your process, get into your stuff, start to do some digging. Feels actually really good to finally get in there and rescue yourself. You know, if you're a rescuer and somebody who likes to rescue other people, I'm telling you, there's a little you or a part of you that desperately wants to be rescued, that wish somebody would have done that for them. And you get to be your own hero today. You get to go in and do that for yourself. All right, so I do have a deep dive into shadow work. That's a separate class in our psychic development series. If you wanted to learn more about shadow work, and there's some journal prompts in there, and we get into it in a more detailed fashion. But this is enough to get you started, okay? So I bet your juices are already flowing, your gears are already turning, you're already thinking about some things that are coming to you. We're going to practice some of these energies. We're going to talk about them. We're going to help you to work through just by practicing the Reiki. The Reiki itself has its own intelligence and knows how to go right to those places. So if you're anxious, then this is a good time to do some Shanti. So we're going to draw it together. And we're going to say it 3 times. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And just take some nice cleansing breaths. Feel the energy just merging with the self. Asking that these pure heavenly vibrations of Karuna Reiki, Shanti energy, bring in some tranquility, some healing, easing the nervous system. Sending a current or a vibration of liquid crystalline light and healing to any triggers or traumas that you might be experiencing at this time. Allowing it to melt away any confusion, any entanglements that you have with other people. Really filling up any gaps or holes in your aura, clearing you, resealing it with light. And ask yourself if it's all right to just sit back and listen to how you're feeling and enjoy this process. As you lovingly accept any places of regret or fear or anxiety, it eases and comforts those areas and starts to bring light to them. Building a bridge to higher awakening consciousness through these wounds. And resting the hands down, noticing how you feel. Memorizing the energy signature for any time you want to use it again. Moving heart space. So grateful for you, for everybody who joined us in our Reiki practice today. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. Blessings, soul family. So again, wait 21 days before you go on to Reiki, Karuna Reiki level 3, where you're going to be getting some new symbols and some new ways of doing a Reiki attunement. I look forward to seeing you there. Bye-bye. Bringing in healing for Nosa, Nosa, Nosa. Balancing the mind, the body, and the spirit. Anchoring in the higher self into the body. Helps to clear clutter from the mind while strengthening the connection to the higher self. It has the ability to merge consciousness and subconscious mind together, opening the chakras and increasing our awareness. So we'll start by drawing this. Nosa, Nosa, Nosa. Anchoring into the body now, the presence that you have when you are fully committed to something, when you are really involved on a spiritual level and you feel the soul wanting, craving, desiring more of that thing. Or when you're wanting more physical safety and you've been feeling out of body, allow this to give you that centering vibration of the mind-body connection. Feeling that presence and committing to it, really knowing that this is good for your motor skills, coordination, developing strength, being in divine alignment, trusting your intuition. And bringing the hands down. We're going to move into Iyava. Iyava, Iyava. Iyava helps us to understand that we create our own history and our own future and recover our personal power. Set goals. Experience a strong, persistent follow through on our path. Maintain healthy boundaries, removing our ego and allowing ourselves to connect. Helps us to recognize interdependence more easily and connects us deeply with Mother Nature. Go ahead and trace that with me and say it 3 times. Iyava, Iyava, Iyava. Moving faithfully through this, we know that as we connect with Mother Nature, we are actualizing in our own physical form. Our bodies are made up of the same energies. We are one with her, Gaia. Feeling her interwoven connectivity with our reality here in this physical dimension. Weaving this beautiful Reiki Karuna light into our powerful energies, where we know who we are, where we know what we want, where we know what we need, and we're willing to say it. spend time here with these four bodies, the mind, the body, the spirit, the emotions. Allow the Reiki to permeate all the fields, growing consciously together in a unified fashion. Allowing a commitment to be drawn up into our Reiki body, the center of consciousness where Reiki comes from, bringing that alignment down in through these hands, really feeling the center, opening up the spirit, loving the strength and the purification it brings. And letting go. Bringing in this energy, Kriya. It's known as a double choku ray, and it's used especially for physical manifestation and healing the human race. The clockwise symbol connects to one of the energies of the heavens and has a masculine energy, and the other to the earth and has a feminine energy. So it helps us to get our priorities straight, manifesting our wishes, our desires, helps us to get rid of attachments, helps us to heal bonds with family, and it's a wonderful symbol for grounding. So you can draw them both at the same time or one at a time. Kriya, Kriya, Kriya. And it's often said that the symbol on the left or your hand on the left has a more feminine receiving energy, and the right hand side and the symbol on the right has more masculine energy. So just in case you were wondering. Feel that centering in the mind, in the body, in the spirit, anchoring into the soles of the feet. Ready to accept prosperous venue, allowing our stories to be built here, tangibly on the ground. Receiving new conscious stream of thought, downloading in. Letting go of all attachments, bringing in a healthy disposition, drive, purpose, compassionately with action. Feeling the strength of that symbol working its way down into the body, the right side, the left side, balancing polarity. Filling up on light, sealing in our energy, bringing our hands to heart center, thanking all of the beautiful beings who came through and brought us messages and healing today. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. All right, soul family, if that was enough healing for today, you can go ahead and stop there. If you feel like you're just getting started and you would like to go deeper, feel free to keep listening and we'll go into the shadow work meditation. Bye for now. Allowing yourself to get comfortable. Maybe plugging in some earphones, lighting a candle, burning incense. We're going to begin our shadow work journey into our unconscious. Clearing out any negativity with our sage. Calling in sweetness. With Palo Santo. To the winds of the south, great serpent, wrap your coils of light around us. Teach us to shed the past the way that you shed your skin, to walk belly to belly on the earth of the mother. Show us the beauty way. Aho. To the winds of the west, Mother Jaguar, protect our medicine space. Teach us the way of peace to live impeccably. to walk softly on earth. Show us the way beyond death. Aho. To the winds of the north, hummingbird, ancient ones, grandmothers, grandfathers, come warm your hands by our fires. We honor those who have come before us, those who will come after us, and our children's children. Aho. To the winds of the east, great eagle, condor, come to us from the place of the rising sun. Teach us to fly wingtip to wingtip with great spirit. Protect us, keep us under your wing. Aho. Pachamama, Mother Earth, we are here for the honoring of all of your children, the stone people, the plant people, the four-legged, the two-legged, the creepy crawlers, the fin, the fur, the winged ones, all of our relations. Aho. Father Sky, Grandmother Moon, to the high frequency star nations, archangels, ascended masters, divine feminine. Thank you for bringing us here and allowing us to sing the song of life. Sacred space is now open. Aho. Bring your awareness to the heart center. Opening and expanding your lung capacity by taking a few deep cleansing breaths all the way in. Breathe out and exhale anything that no longer serves you, all the way out, watching it leave the body like a gray mist. Filling up on your high frequency light and spiritual enlightenment energy from your master guide's higher self, source wisdom, coming in now through the crown, activating and awakening each area that we are ready to explore. Feeling an expansion, allow the roots from the soles of your feet and the base of your spine to drop down as if there is an anchor, releasing, sending those roots all the way down through the crystals, all the way down through the sand and the soil, moving their way all the way down into the center heart core of Mother Gaia. Allowing your root system to feel the earth energy shifting as it moves all the way back up through your legs. Feeling each one of your 7 chakras opening up from the red root, the orange sacral, the sunshiny yellow solar plexus, the green heart, the sky blue throat, the indigo third eye, the violet crown, the white light, the silver and the gold. All the way up, send that line of intention straight up through the rooftop. Through the clouds and the sky, all the way up through the cosmos, all the way up into the central sun of our galaxy. Bring in this cleansing breath as you allow this refill of energy to move in from the central sun, sending this gold, purifying, liquid light all the way down into the body, the mind, the spirit. Really visiting with you is an angel, centering right around you with this bright white light, magnificently drawing your attention to one or more areas that you're going to begin to unwind, embrace, deepen your understanding with, cleanse and heal in your shadow work today. Calling in the beautiful brilliance and the divinity of your protectors as we call in ours. Really visiting with you now are these angelic beings. Revitalizing the strength of your space, arming you with protection and light. Asking for the vibrant purple ray of transmutation, the violet flame, to now purge and burn through any old paradigms, belief systems, and stories that have kept you from being your best and brightest self. Asking for the violet purification to echo out into your enlightenment through the timelines, causing a ripple effect out into the soul future, Kadosh, Name, and Yana. Asking for the guidance to come in pure and sweet with your higher self. Karaneshyanya, Nara Amveya, Veya, Veya. Listening to the bowls. Allowing that consciousness to just sit and purify
in the combination of healing elements that are with you now. We walk out onto the bluff, overlooking a view of everyone that you have ever been, saying your full name out loud 3 times for spirit. Karanea, nea, nea. Karanea, nea, nea. Aya, noa, noa, noa. Opening up your Akashic records, calling in the high ones, the lords of karma, designed to help you in this time. Allowing your unwinding presence to be devotional, helpful, loving, supportive, vibrating with the eyes of soul learning, intuition, and journey. As we call it, Huascar, Pachacuti, Quisicoto, Pranea, Nea, Nea, Karanashya, Ninanum. You're welcome to stare off into the ocean, the land, the stars around the earth plane. Remembering past lives, really feeling that weight or burden that you've been gently removing over many generations is starting to rise to the surface. It's starting to awaken, ascend, understand. It really wants to come forward. It's listening now. It hears us. Karanea, nea, nea, opening up the example of what you need to see just by feeling one or more areas in your body now that have heaviness. And I want you to start to breathe into those areas and welcome what's in there. As it starts to come out, we're going to start to look at many different angles of this development. Asking where it came from. How to heal it. Allowing yourself to fill up on light, placing your palms on one or more areas, opening up the palm chakras, feeling that ascension medicine being fed right through the chakras in the palm of your hand. You can remember the feeling as if it's always been there, because this is one that's been with you for many, many years, perhaps passed down with you lifetime after lifetime. And you may already know, you may already be seeing and sensing the feelings, the memories are coming. You're starting to remember them like a scene in a movie flashing before your eyes. And going through the motion of allowing in these thoughts, these feelings, knowing that becoming aware of what's hidden is how you're going to move into consciousness, self-actualization, alignment, integrity, and balance. This is your awakening journey. Divinely led to this meditation today, we're going to go on a journey. You're going to ask for this beautiful being to come in and to drift over to you on a cloud. This cloud is sturdy enough for you to lie back into, to stand on. You're going to go ahead and step across onto your cloud, knowing that you will be guided. That the Ascension Masters are here with you, leading the way. And that this journey is taking you into your Akashic records. And that you're just going to naturally arrive in this space where you can see a light lit up like a movie screen out in front of you. And normally, this is a space that we go between lives, that you have an opportunity to be here to revisit the past, so that in your current day reality, you're going to evolve. Now the scenarios on there are going to land at a specific date, and we're going to ask for this date to be within your current lifespan. And we're going to ask for your soul family to support you in this transformation. Your soul family can be in your bloodline, or in your personal existence, as a friend, as a mate, as a coworker, as a teacher, as a student. We're going to ask for one or more lessons surrounding a behavior, a belief system, one that doesn't really seem to match your divine life purpose anymore, doesn't seem to match the fullness of your integrity, one that doesn't really feel aligned in this day and age, but it still serves a purpose. It still rears up and shows itself to you in the circumstances of your life that are difficult. Find the one that puzzles you, that you're ready to see from this viewpoint. Calling in your higher self to highlight one now. We're really focusing on one thing. And as you sit here, view the screen and allow the memories to come of all the times that this behavior has been reflected by someone else. holding this same energy or action in your being. On some level. Guiding you compassionately with complete understanding of your earth journey. Honoring the reasons. Watching as your movie plays out and shows it to you. How many times? How much have you grown? How much of this have you denied? And if it were to transform, if you could possibly allow it to come in all of the way, what could this become for you? What is it holding you back from by keeping it here, keeping it in the dark? And are you willing to give this up now? To ask for a different way? One that's more aligned with you now? One that's more evolved? Asking for the Lords of Karma to give you some advice on your journey, on how you can heal this lesson and release it by accepting responsibility for how it got here, what it's teaching you, and the players involved in mirroring this to you. Allowing them in their higher self form to somewhat be here, showing you the chords where they might be plugged into you now, and just ask for that brilliant blue flame of Archangel Michael to move through the cord, allowing you to release any energy that does not belong to you back to the person from which it came, with awareness. Calling in your energy to come back to you through the cord. Allowing this transfer of light to be an opportunity for independence and illumination. This might be something that is a habit that you have been hanging on to. Something that really feels good to you and then it doesn't. Somewhat of an addictive way of dealing, some coping mechanism that's unhealthy that you just keep revisiting. We're going to take a look at any behaviors, habits first. We're just going to start to go ahead and ask for the angels to purify you of one thing, asking for another way to process information spiritually. Karana Sanjayana Ve, Karyasana veyan no rai ye anave. Asking for that transmutation to be in the form of light, moving through the body, gently releasing any pressure, feeling an intention of all that you know to upgrade now with these codes. Bringing back the balance and the equilibrium, we refill the area by calling in our light shadow in, storing with us now a version of who we are in an ascension energy that's aligned with the purest form of you. divine light, we ask for our magic to set in. Who are we really? What if we denied ourselves from our light, magically listening as the birds chirp? Bringing in our consciousness, we start to feel as if we are more, and we are aware that who we are is all of this. Embracing our light, shadow, and our dark. We have explored this thoroughly, asking if there is any other wisdom that we need to see here in our sacred space. Asking for our higher selves to come in and pour our light codes in. Our upgraded cells are activating. Activating our genetics, healing our past lifetimes. Moving into our powerful seer's view. Awakening the perception that is renewed. Feeling this currency of our own bodies, our own beliefs, our own emotions, our own cords, our healing, awakening up the mental body to understand things, to deepen our bond with light and in the intelligence of the alchemy of the darkest places inside you. Karasandhya Nara Akasha. We are healing our shadow selves here. Kara Anjya Nara Akashya. Really remembering the patterns, the friends, the experiences, the expressions, understanding our purpose in their lives too. Listen. We ask for our higher selves to open up these perceptions of clairaudience so that we can really, really hear what our soul is trying to tell us, how our activation has worked, and where we still have work to do. Allowing our truth to be known to ourselves. Really visualizing this awakening as we bring through the purity of the sword of light. Feeling it moving into one or more areas where we have been hiding from ourselves, moving that sword of truth into that area, aligning you with the courage and the strength to see it now. Kaya, Nara Sanjya, Nas Anyananam, Mara Ukoshambaya. Allowing its light to fill you in those empty places. What is this mirroring to me about me? How can I shift this energy? We allow the records to work with us, purging enough energy for us to get a new download of information coming in from our shadow. As we are allowing ourselves to remove things, perhaps there is a belief today that is outworn, that we are ready to give up. We're going to ask our higher selves to move now that which we used to see into this transformative alchemy as we coat it in the energy of light. We move automatically down through the tunnels into the shadow, through the tree trunks into the earth, feeling the soil, the rich darkness of the soil, feeling the alchemy as we undo any knots of confusion, allowing this ascension medicine to be automatic. Feeling like that is enough for now until we meet again. We are rooted. We are freer. We are allowing ourselves this lesson to close for today, arranging for a lift back up onto the cloud, letting go of these healing tools, the sword of truth, the sword of light, thanking the Akashic records for this viewpoint, climbing all the way back as we count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, all the way back into our bodies, asking if there's any more information that we need to remember and writing them down. We are anchoring in all those frequencies. Allow yourself to drink some water and to feel all the information continue to shift and align you. The records are now closed. The records are now closed. The records are now closed. Thank you for joining us.